Hello and welcome to Set Up for Success. In today's episode, we're going to be discussing helping our children to communicate in a way which is calm, collected and professional and articulate. I've noticed that our children, when faced with difficult situations, that they tend to come across in a way that other people interpret as aggressive, as abrupt or as threatening. Now, I know that in those situations, a lot of the time our children are feeling afraid, threatened themselves, or maybe intimidated. They may be surrounded by a lot of adults. They may be surrounded by a lot of people who don't look like them, or who may be shouting at them, and their only response is to be aggressive or to respond in the way that they know how to. Now, as parents, I think it's our responsibility to help our children to articulate their feelings. If they're placed in a situation that is intensive, that is really where they feel afraid, help them to articulate themselves, explain what they did, explain in a way that is calm, explain in a way that is articulate what happened, what their part was, what was done to them, in a way that the other person doesn't feel threatened. Because the minute a person feels threatened, their back goes up and then they don't listen. They just will start blaming and start dishing out punishments. And we really don't want that for our children. Now, one of the things I think is very, very helpful for our children to watch is Parliament. In Parliament, both parties are very passionate about their beliefs, their policies, and they put it across in a way that is articulate, that is professional, that they may even be putting another person down in a professional manner, but they're getting their point across. Our children, a lot of the times when someone says something, another person is offended, a lot of the times these days where it's ended up with someone being killed, someone being stabbed because someone said something that the other person didn't like, and then instead of them being able to discuss their feelings, something tragic happened, and we really, really, really don't want that. What I think is very, very helpful also are debating clubs. In a debating club, both sides learn to present arguments in a way that is articulate and in a way that they've looked at all the evidence and they've been able to present it in a way that is not heated. It can be passionate, but it's professional, and at the end of the day, they can still walk away as friends. I think this is something that is really important for our children to learn. How to speak, how to, even under pressure, get their point across. Don't lose your cool. Speak. Speak. Say what you have to say. Speak from the heart. But don't allow anyone to misunderstand what you're saying as being aggressive, as being threatening, because the whole time you've been articulate, you've been calm, you've been professional. Now, I know that we can get really passionate when we're all together and when we're with friends, and that's fine. I'm not asking us to change ourselves or to change our culture or to change the way we are when we're together. It's just that when our children are at school or in college or when they're on the street and they're approached by other people, we want our children to come out in a favourable way. We don't want our children to be put at a disadvantage. So please forward your comments on this. How do you teach your children to articulate themselves? How do you teach your children to deal with adults or to deal with intensive situations? What strategies have you used with your children, or what can we do with our children? Should we start up debating classes all over the place? Should we get them watching political debates so they can see constructive arguments and arguments that don't end in someone being killed or maimed or, some really, really tragic event? Please share these videos, subscribe and forward your comments. I value them. This is Set Up for Success.